Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I
man?
don't have a scary story, man. I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll come
Brandon.
after your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you'd like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot
But
of...
that is what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is 11th of September, 2021. Happy anniversary! Yay! That's all we can say. And I don't mean to be so jovial on the 11th day of September, but I don't want the algorithm to hear how upset I am about it. So, hey, whatever, welcome to the show. We got Alien Addict going to join me here in a minute. And I want to thank everybody here coming to the UK Saturday show of GUFON. And maybe tomorrow, depending on the football games. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, though. Just keep an eye out for Sundays. I do need a day off. I'd like a day off. Can I have a day off? Did you see how busy today was? 3 videos were put out. That's right. TikTok, Instagram, GUFON. And like I said, working all the time, trying to bring the truth to you the best we know how. And when I say we, I mean all of my personalities and my children. You can support the show tonight. GUFON is solely a super chat donation survivor. Because of you, I do this almost every single day of the week. You can use PayPal, super chats, super stickers, Cash App, which a few of you have picked up on. Thank you very much. And I appreciate that. And become a patron. We're at number 2425, so I appreciate that. And I want to thank William Bridges. And the kids want to say that thank you. So thank you very much. $20 super chat for those I was a part of. For those I was a part of. Oh, right. Remember. Never forget. Got it. Good one. Thank you very much. Super mucho gusto generoso. Without further ado, we're going to bring on the man who owns Alien Addict. Well, partially owns. YouTube has the other 79%. The man from the UK who has debunked many videos in the UFO community, who has spoken the most unthinkable sentences, who has thought about the most unthinkable things, who thinks that everything is real but nothing is fake. And I'm not going to say anything about the ado. We don't do ado here. Capiche? Oh, it's a one capiche show. With that being said, Alien Addict joins GUFON. What is app?
Rich, may I just add, that was probably the best introduction. Dark Hour had it when he invited me on his show for the first time, but I think you've just topped that.
Right, me. Well, thank you.
It gave it, my nipples are, salivating.
Well, wow, that is special.
Yeah.
That is special. Because before, with Dark Hour, they just got hard.
Yes.
But now they're hard.
And salivating.
We got a one capiche show and 2 salivating nipples. We just started. Thank you, Earthly Awakenings 82 for the $5 super sticker. If I don't shout you guys out, it's because we're in the middle of a deep conversation. I'll catch up to the super chats later. So what are you doing, man? How's the weather over there right now in the old UK?
I've got the window open. I don't know if
No
you
way.
see that. I've actually got the window open because when I did the show with you the other night, my whole body was salivating,
Oh no!
My heart.
Oh my god!
My hair was wet. I do have hair. Somebody asked if I had hair, but you've seen my hair. But yeah, it's humid. It's humid. I'm not going to complain about the weather because if I was in your neck of the woods, I would probably die. I mean, you've seen my skin. I look like an alien in it with a beard.
Yeah, you don't look that bad. You look better than the average alien.
I do have quite bright lights. So.
It does help. It helps with my swollen eyes, my wrinkles, the bags. When we do shows and stuff like that, they go by so fast, and we talk about a lot of different things. Today, I did want to talk to you about something specific. About ufology, of course, but do you think, and we'll get to you. Oh, no roll call tonight, by the way. So hello, welcome to the show. Osvaldo's here. Oh, you want to see Rich and Osvaldo debate? Nah, you saw it. Just go back and look at Alien Addict. You have Alien Addict. Okay, how long have you had this YouTube channel?
Well, if you look at, and you'll know this yourself, when you look at how long you've had the channel, it doesn't mean how long you've had the channel. It means how long you've had a YouTube, how long you've had an account.
Thank you for specifying, because mine is wrong for GUFON,
yes,
right?
And mine's wrong because I've had an account for years, but I think I got the YouTube channel when my wife was pregnant with our first child because she was doing a lot of moaning. That was during the birth, obviously, but like prior to the channel, going to bed early, and I was getting a little bit bored. We weren't watching the same programs on Netflix because she was tired, and I thought I need a hobby. So I just started to put some really, really, pardon my French, but shite videos out that were just literally me, and I'd hit record on my my Apple Mac, and it was QuickTime, just recording whatever I would bring in and click on the screen. So it was so professional. But I was obsessed with the planet Mars and the moon.
Oh right, yeah, I remember.
And that's how I started out.
Oh my God, you were a Mars guy.
Yeah, I was a Mars guy.
The moon
and the
too?
Moon. I was a moon and Mars guy, and I was one of these guys that was showing the Pareidolias. I found the best faces, still to this day, and somebody actually, and this made it. So I put a video out of a skeleton on Mars, and you may have seen it in the newspapers, on YouTube channels, of a skeleton. I found this skeleton. It was my skeleton. There's actually there's a video of me ranting on my channel about somebody stealing my skeleton, and within a day they had, I think it was 500,000 views, and I sent this YouTuber the link to and he said, all he said is, "Thank you for a subscriber for sending me this." No link to my channel, nothing. The next day it was in all the British papers. And this was it was just pareidolia, but it did look like a skeleton.
This is crazy. How did it get to the newspapers?
Oh, because I think Scott C. Waring sold it.
Oh, it was Scott C. Waring.
Who has also copyright strikes me and nearly took my channel out in one day. He gave me 2 copyright strikes for making fun of him.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a nice man. But yeah,
wow.
That's how I started out. I used to find like little unique things, and it was a bit of fun. I would literally even make fun of myself. Sometimes I would take the mick out of Scott C. Waring, where I would physically color them in on the screen like he does, but I would actually color them in.
Yeah.
And show stuff. But it was all a bit of fun. But I was intrigued by the planet, and still to this day, I'm very intrigued by the planet. I've got a lot of suspicions on what we're actually seeing.
Was that back in 2016-ish?
2015.
So right before TTSA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, the YouTube world was a lot different than it is now. Especially the ufology world. You guys used to get a ton of views, right, back then? On most of your videos that were like semi-cool?
Well, I didn't. I was on like 60 subscribers for a whole year, and I think about
holy crap!
I think about 30 of them was my friends. So
okay. Well, I was looking at I don't know if you saw it, but yesterday I went over I showed people how I'm being shadow banned. If you go back to the beginning of GUFON, that's how much they're recommending me, as if I was a brand new channel.
It's weird.
It's crazy. Yeah, you can see it, man. They really screwing me over. I don't like it. We're all being screwed over in this field.
What could you be doing or what could we be doing? Because I've noticed that my subscribers, some have been taken. Sometimes there's like 10 it says you've minus 10, but then they'll come back and it's like, this is impossible. Or you might see a live stream and you'll see straight away in your live stream, you've got like 2 thumbs down. And then when it goes live, they drop off.
See, I haven't seen the thumbs yet. I know I've heard that before, but yeah, with the subscribers, it's all over the place. It's crazy.
It's odd.
Yeah, I don't think I've lost, like 14 subscribers in a day. I think YouTube does clean up the files that aren't real. People make sock accounts and they never come back for a month. And I've noticed that the reason that's happened a lot lately, because on June 25th, the 180 days was ending. So leading up to that, YouTube was really pouring out the information to all of us. And I think I got a lot of those fake accounts. And now I'm seeing the residual of YouTube cleaning it up. And I think we're all seeing that. But I did get some subscribers lately. But go ahead.
Well, we went live on that. We went live on that day.
We did?
I called it Disclosure Day. The thumbnail was Disclosure Day. And
I don't remember.
I think we got I think it's on like 5,000 views or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I think we had nearly 200 people watch. It's the most.
Isn't that nuts?
It was a good video. But it's weird since that's gone by. I've noticed a real big shift.
It's gone back. What it did before YouTube opened up the window and opened up the door and let everybody in. Now I am back to where I was prior, 2 months before June 25th. So, I'm building the channel and let's say I have 140 people, 130 people in chat. Then I went up to 230, right? Now I'm back down to 140, 130, 150. So they put me back, and I think everybody's doing that. We're all going back to the way it was before that big lift. There's another one coming, though.
There's an idea, Javier. This is where the people in the chat that love us very much they'd go and share it out on their Facebook accounts or Twitter or whatever. Every little helps. They say.
Everything helps.
Yeah, 'cause
Everything, especially sharing.
if we can just get a few people on board that are new to this subject that could be possibly corrupted by the subject, that could follow the wrong path of the subject, and there's a huge path to take, and there's little splits of this path, and it's not just two paths. There's about 5 different splits that people can go down, but only one of them is the right path.
Which one is that?
Our path, my friend.
Good answer, man. Well, that's the path of the truth, I think.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you, because you did the Moon Mars thing, right? And then you got into UFOs. Why? And then debunking UFOs. What made you go that route? What made you go that route?
I think I've told you this story, but for your audience. So, in the 1980s, my dad was always at sea. He was in the Merchant Navy. I was born in 1980. Actually, I think 4 days before, or was it 4 days after, the Rendlesham incident. So, I'm possibly something to do with that. I don't know.
Wow, you could be the alien from that ship.
Alien. Yes.
Oh, I like where this is going.
But my dad was on the deck of the ship, and I think this is during the day. I need to get him on camera telling this story. He always tells me the story after he's had a whiskey, but he used to tell me all the time when we used to walk the dog together when I was a small boy. And he saw something shoot over the ship and went from one end of the horizon to the other within seconds. And I think he said there was about seven of them on the deck, and they had to report it in as a UFO at the time. So to this day, I have conversations with my dad about that, and I ask him, I said, what do you make of that then, Dad? Because he shuns all this stuff, he's like, oh, it's unless it's proven. He's a bit like you actually, Rich, but a lot older. But to this day, he has no idea what he saw. But he said there's no way on Earth that was anything that we had. So I said, well, was it alien? And he says, well, I don't know, because there's no proof of that.
Yeah.
I just saw it shoot. He couldn't tell the shape of it, anything. It just went whoosh straight over the ship. One end of the horizon to the other one.
So your dad's telling you this story built this interest of UFOs?
Yes, that, and I've literally, I think you've shown me. I think I've showed my subscribers this many a times, but I bought this back in.
Oh yeah,
back in 1995.
That's so cool.
And I was obsessed. Oh, it's been debunked now, but
has it?
Well, you know my feelings on that. But I've always been intrigued by aliens. But when I found that there was a little app that was showing all the different rovers, and I think all 3 rovers, and now there's number 4 down there. But I think there's only 2 of them in working order: Curiosity and Perseverance. I was constantly downloading the new images that were coming out from the rovers and going through them with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find little anomalies. And then it just got to a stage where I just thought, what are you actually doing? Because anybody that does that, they kind of, you're going off a file that has lots of artifacts in that file, image artifacts, and people sometimes mistake that for pottery, or I found that there's one of my videos that's actually titled "Penguin on Mars." It looks like a penguin. It's probably definitely not. I would put money that it's definitely not a penguin. It's probably it's more likely a pigeon. But these people that, you must have seen them. People put out some great finds on the moon and Mars, and you think, that definitely looks like something, but there's
Yeah.
no proof. And pareidolia is definitely a thing. And I at one point I just thought, you know what, I started to debunk myself almost. There was no proof, nothing. So, and this is the problem with ufology and UFOs. People put an image out of a UFO, it lasts a few seconds, and then hello, and then it disappears, or it doesn't disappear, but they stop filming it. Why would they do?
What's that?
Why would they do that? What are you looking for?
Oh, I went back on your files looking for the turkey, whatever's up there. I see
the penguin.
Yeah.
It's way back.
I'm all the way at the beginning.
Yes, you'd have to scroll up a bit. There's
Yeah, I'm looking.
some beauties.
This is great stuff. This is unbelievable how we're talking about this now. I wanted to talk to you about something really strange. And I saw it on TikTok yesterday or this morning. Have you heard? I know you've heard of it, but it's really ridiculous. I don't even want to bring it up, but for the sake of something else to talk about other than the same old stuff, do you think our mountains are trees and that our planet was really huge? Something must have happened and it changed everything. That's why we had dinosaurs and humongous trees, and because the mountains look like trees if you look at pictures of broken tree stumps and things like that. Have you ever thought about that?
I definitely think the mountain that we was talking about on the show, the one from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah.
Yeah, Devil's Tower.
Yeah,
I think that's a tree.
It looks like a tree.
Well,
but are we talking every mountain, like Mount Everest? Was that a tree?
We are. Yeah, we are. We're talking about those kind. And I don't buy it, but some of the evidence looks interesting. Didn't know if you ever looked into it.
I've never looked into every mountain being a tree.
No, not trees. They're forests. And there used to be gigantic monster-like forests. That's why we had dinosaurs.
And they fell in.
Something happened to the planet and maybe 2 billion years ago. And over that time, everything could turn into petrified wood, rock. Some of the things look very similar.
Well, we said that I think it was the last show when you were on my show. And I said, well, you brought up the fact that the devil's, what's it called? The devil's
Tower.
Yeah, I was going to call it the devil's fun then. It is a tree, and I said, well, what if you put a dinosaur next to that? The dinosaur would just be the size of like maybe a normal lizard, Oh
yeah, right.
So maybe the dinosaurs, in the grand scale of things, were actually that big. If you think of every mountain was a tree, let's just put that out there for craziness. And the dinosaurs were tiny.
Right. They would have been
big to
tiny.
us. And we're like ants.
That's how huge this planet is. Or maybe was. And maybe the moon hit it? I don't know. I doubt that. I mean, I don't even know why I would say such a thing.
But
I can't find. Huh?
That would put some of the globe deniers, because some of the globe deniers actually say it's actually not flat, but Earth is bigger than NASA's letting on. So they're saying Earth has got different realms. That's one of the theories, that Earth has realms, and it's not my theory, people. Don't unsubscribe to Alien Addicts. That's not my theory, but it's interesting. It's interesting to listen to different people's theories. You know this, Rich.
I do, and I like it all. I like listening. I like the pareidolia. I like the possibilities, but I cannot find this silly little penguin. I looked at all of your videos now. Oh, here it is.
You found the penguin?
Yeah.
It's a penguin and a nice piece of pottery that's smashed.
Hold on, let me pull it up. And now we're gonna have this echo issue as soon as I split the screen up.
Just mute yourself. That's what I usually do. That's the fix.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's already playing. Let me share the screen. Wow, you haven't aged a day, man.
Oh, I have.
The opportunity
Definitely
rover, and it is Soul 900.
Where do I
These
go,
are
really?
both Soul 900.
It's a tiny video.
I just came across it and I thought, looks really interesting. That lots of little patterns in the
There was a little glitch I had to get rid of.
I'll get rid of the glitch.
Sometimes it brings up, StreamYard will bring up the toolbar at the bottom, or taskbar, and you have to, stop the video and restart it. Okay, go.
the soil. But then I found a penguin, which, if you have a look here, there's this one, not this one, this one. This looks like
Oh my God!
Maybe not a real penguin, probably just like a fake penguin.
We're gonna have echo, but I just want to circle it. Do you guys see this here? The beak, the head. This is so silly and cool at the same time.
Like
I'm gonna let it play now.
Of a penguin. But on a serious note, it does look like a penguin. I don't know what it could be, but it's definitely not. I don't think it's just a natural rock. I don't think there's much natural. Well, there's a lot of natural rock, obviously, on Mars because it's one big round rock. But I think there's definitely been stuff on Mars, or maybe there still is. But if you look at all of this here, you've got this. What's that? That looks like some sort of hand coming out the ground, maybe. It don't look like a hand. It looks like a poor man's Batman. It's just weird. There's just so much.
All right. What are you covering up for, man? It's weird. You're muted.
Because it's kind of embarrassing looking back at it.
Isn't
to
it?
How I was back then. But it was almost. See, a lot of people were like, "Are you serious?" And I kind of wasn't serious. It's just like a bit of fun.
Sure.
There was no seriousness to it. There was no like, those videos would get. I mean, that's probably got about 200 views or something like that. They were just fun little things. But yeah, at the time, I was on the hunt on Mars. I was looking for the real deal. Some things there are some things that I have found to this day that are on my channel that nobody's seen, and they look insane.
What do you mean nobody's seen now?
Yeah, because I put them out and it's got very little views. But
oh my God!
But there is some stuff on there.
Well, we got to repurpose that.
That does look. To this day, when I look back at it, as somebody who started to debunk this stuff and to start to say, this is all BS. But there's some stuff that I just look back and I try to, because I have gone back and thought, shall I just delete this? This is idiotic.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's history and it's a part of you. And it's a part of your learning curve. So it's like, should we be ashamed of that? You as a child. Your mum would save your drawings, okay? So I'm saving my early,
of course,
stages of not ufology, because this about me, Rich. I am not a ufologist. I am just somebody who likes space and aliens and anything to do with the unknown, paranormal.
Yeah, you don't take it too seriously, but you've became and maybe still are a debunker. You're more of like I think you believe, you're a skeptic. You just like the truth. You do what I do, but I think you do it in a good way, though. It's like you're not really offending anybody by pointing stuff out. But Anyway, you did get into it. You started debunking stuff. Is it all pareidolia on Mars?
No.
You really think there was a civilization up there?
I think there was something on Mars, yes. Either that or they're not. It's not on Mars.
Well, there have been some videos, even just, I mean, all the time people are finding stuff on Mars. And that guy, John Ward, found some serious bricks, man. I mean, I'm telling you, they looked like pillars of something, half buried.
I've got the same thing, and nature doesn't work in that way. You know, it doesn't work. I mean, well, it doesn't, because what are the little I've forgotten where it is, but there is like an area that has like I forgot what the shape is. My kids would know, like that shape coming out of the ground. Hexagons, yeah, loads of hexagons coming out, and it's natural. And Earth is
it is. It's Saturn
shape.
And Jupiter too. Yeah.
So when somebody says there is a Mars channel, nature doesn't make these shapes. Well, it sometimes does. But there's certain things that you can see on Mars that do look extremely out of place. If you've gone over that planet like I have back in the day, looking at nearly every single upload from every single day that comes out from Curiosity, and there's some finds there, and I'll try and find them in the week. There's so much stuff that I've actually found that I look back at now and I think, you know what, I may have something there.
Well, not only are the rovers up there, or those last two, they also have the satellite above that's taking the ground photos constantly. Can't remember the name of it. That's what John Ward uses, and other people. But so you really think, that there was civilization up there? What's the? Geez, I don't even know. I was going to ask you huh?
I was going to say, let me put it this way, Rich. How many rovers have gone and landed on the moon?
Well, I don't know, 4 to 6, I think. I don't know.
So there's the Chinese one that put them really nice images back, but there's been quite a few rovers. 4 rovers. There's been more than 4, but there's 4 that are doing groundwork and that are going around taking pictures. I think there's 2 now working, Curiosity still, and Perseverance, unless Curiosity snuffed it. I've not. If it has, I'm sorry. I'm not a Mars guy anymore. But why the interest in Mars? And now, I mean, yes, that could be a second home if we terraform it. But it seems that we've got a lot of planets. You know, we've got a lot of planets, but Mars is the one where they keep sending these rovers over and over again, and they keep looking for stuff on there for signs of life. You know, they found water there. There is water.
Yeah, it comes out of the sand dunes and leaks down. That is very well known.
You look at Google Mars, you look at the surface of it, and you look at some of, not the craters, but just some of the areas. It looks like dried up lakes.
Totally does. It looks like it's here on Earth. That's what's weird. Huh?
And you've seen the massive big scar straight across it. That is insane. Whatever hit that.
That is unreal, that thing. And it's, I think, 3 times deeper than, I guess, the Grand Canyon or something like that. It is insane how big that scar is. That looks like something, like it looks like a laser. Carved it out. No?
I don't know about a laser. I mean, yeah, maybe.
You think it was a weapon of some kind?
So a lot of people have a theory that Mars was just bombarded by missiles or whatever at some point, millions and millions of years ago, and a civilization died out there many years ago. And some people have a theory that that's where we may have come from. a little bit like Prometheus in a way, that we got put here, and originally we was there, which we are closer to the sun now, and our little human bodies, me especially, I mean, I've had skin cancer twice, and a lot of people do suffer from this. I'm okay now, by the way, people, but I have to watch myself in the sun. I have to like literally layer it on me, and it's kind of not natural if you think about some of the animals and that on Earth. That's if this was the perfect, if we have evolved for I don't know how long mankind's been actually about. I should know that, but I don't. But we've evolved for a long time, but yet there is some of us that are ginger and we just can't stand the sun,
Yeah. I think it's a couple 100,000 years, something like that. We just came out of the caves about, what, 30,000 years ago? From what I remember.
We're very new. We're very new, but you would think, though, if this is where we originate from, that we would be made to survive the planet, the environment, because that's what nature does. Nature makes it so you don't. I mean, the creatures on Earth, the lizards and things like that, the insects, they're so well adapted.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
You try and kill a cockroach. We don't even get cockroaches in the UK, by the way, not like you guys do. But those things, they say they could survive a nuclear explosion.
Dude, I stepped on one and it kept moving. It just took off running like, yeah, that didn't hurt.
You
They
shouldn't
have
kill
hard
them.
shells. No, they're very beautiful creatures. Oh, God, there's so many of them. They're disgusting. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because why do we have to put on clothes and all this? But we protect ourselves now. So if you go, like, when you're born, you're in a hospital. You're not out in the sun in a cave. So we don't get adapted to the outdoors. But it doesn't matter. The sun hurts our eyes. The sun can hurt our skin, and does. Yeah, even if we were born outdoors like we were in the caveman days, I think they had skin problems. They didn't live that long. What, 30, 35 years old?
Well, this is another thing. Like with when you look back at cavemen, a certain type of the species went one way and dominated the other species. But did they? Or did they go somewhere else?
That's what they say. Every species that comes up takes over, and the strong survive.
I need to ask you something though, Rich. So with the title of the video, so UFOlogy is forced to change. What do you mean by that? And I know it's your show, but I want to know.
Well, we still have over an hour to go, so we didn't get there yet.
Okay. This is the pleasantries.
Well, it is. I mean, we could talk about that. What was the title?
Alien Addict on the UK show. UFOlogy is forced to change. Will we accept or deny? It's powerful.
Ufology is forced to change. It was kind of why I went on my little rant today and wanted to talk about that. It's been brewing for a while, and then Sold Out Radio put out a video yesterday talking about how he's upset with ufology and is quitting, and just going to work on the woo because there's so many infighting and hateful people. Every time you come up with some new evidence or a story, there's always someone out to beat you down and tell you you're lying. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the way it's always been. But there's no way to force ufology to do anything. But you and I, we have a voice where we're, people will listen or not, but we have a loud voice. Hold on, there's something going on here. Okay, there we go. Ufology is accepting people with horrible credibility issues And I'll even go past that right now. We'll come back to that. Let's talk about Corbell because it's easy. He puts out that first video. We all know it was crap. Puts out the next video. It was awful. Then the third one was the Boca. Now, at that point, why are we still caring what Jeremy Corbell is saying, doing, posting? Why is he making it on mainstream media? Well, once he's on mainstream media, he becomes a hot item for you or I to have on our show. So that's why. And I think if we don't give these people that kind of publicity and we don't have them on our shows, well, maybe they'll go away. Probably not, but at least we didn't help promote them. Why do we keep promoting criminals and liars?
I don't think he would come on the show, if, with all due respect, yours or mine, because he doesn't want to answer.
No, I know, but he's going on other shows.
Yeah, and this is no disrespect to other shows, because I see other shows, and I've done it myself. You don't want to put future guests off, so you don't want to.
What?
You don't want to make the guests feel alienated. But at the same time, I don't understand why nobody's asking him more about this footage, about, does he question it when it comes in, and why is nobody asking the question to him, what do you make of the debunk that Mick West did? Because when you did the your rant today, that was a valid point, Rich, a very valid point. And do you know, I don't know how anybody can look at that debunk and say to Mick West, you're just trying to be a debunker. You've got to do that. You've got to debunk everything because that's your job. Because you're the debunker. Yeah. That is your job.
Everybody's got their job.
Do you know, I think if Mick West saw a real UFO piece of footage, it would be it may be a bigger video for him with bigger views if he put a video out and said, guys, I can't debunk this. This is a real UFO.
Of course. Because he's the guy who looks for everything wrong with it, and this one he can't find anything wrong with. So it makes it more valuable. When everything gets approved, there's no excitement. That's...
No. None. That's the thing. This is what... And no, I love everybody that's in the chat, but there will be one person in the chat that is there for the excitement. They are there for UFOs. They are there for the bright objects in the sky, and they want this to be real so bad because they may have had an experience where they've seen a UFO and it's just disappeared. They didn't film it, and they thought, well, that got them into it in the first place.
Yeah.
So they've searched for this, and they've searched for that same. What's the word I'm looking for? To relate to somebody else, to say, I've had this experience. I know this is real. I just don't think that people are filming them. I really don't. I don't think people are. And if they are, you can't make them out. You can see them in the distance, but I thought I had one. I really did, and I kept trying to zoom in on it, and I kept losing it. And then there was another one. There's even one that I actually sent out to my Patreons, and I never put it on my YouTube channel because it's me looking at it for a bit, and then right at the last minute, I decided to get my phone out because I thought that is a UFO, and it literally it's a few seconds, but I didn't put it on the channel. I don't know if I've sent you it, Rich. I will send you it, but I will not put it on my channel because all people will say to me is that's nothing.
Is that the balloon one?
No, this is a different one. It's one when I'm walking home from, and if anybody think he's lying, he's scratching his nose. I have hay fever, really bad hay fever. I've been dying today. It's just literally the last minute, and it goes behind a tree. It's pitch black. But I saw this thing go over my head walking home from work, and I thought, is that an airplane? but then it went low, and then it went behind a tree and looped. And I thought, that's weird.
I've never seen that one.
I'll send you it.
Can you?
Just,
yeah, man.
Yeah. It's on my YouTube channel, but it's private. I just don't get these videos that people are buying. These little clips that Corbell's putting out, and people going, "Oh, that's amazing! Oh, he's actually given us the radar footage here. Holy moly!" You know.
I've come to the realization that we have no control over, obviously, what anybody does, but it can't be stopped. The lies are always going to be there. So in being in ufology, I'm just one dude. You're just one dude. It's not enough. We need like everybody to come together and not promote the bullshit, but people want to talk about it. There's nothing we can do.
That's because people desperately want it. People.
I know.
But here's the thing. If there are no UFOs, what are they? Because it's definitely something.
Well, what they got on... What, you talking about Jeremy stuff?
No, I'm talking about the subject in general. And I'm willing to put my channel on the line by saying that I do not know what this is. I do not know if this is aliens.
So why are people having abductions? In their minds, they're having them, right?
I don't know. If you'd have asked me this, if I'd have been on your channel 4 years ago, you'd have a different version of me. I'd say, yeah, this is aliens. You know, they're visiting us. They're cloaking. So
why is that so far-fetched now?
Because I see no evidence.
You never will. So that's the
no, but
I
no, but I'm not talking about just the videos, Rich.
Sure,
I see no evidence of science. I get told all the time what people are doing. I get told what people are researching. I get told what astronomers are doing. I get told what NASA's doing. I see images of NASA in space. This, that, I'm not a flat earther, people, by the way, before anybody starts. I do think something is being covered up, and there is a reason for UFOlogy. Whether that is because there something did happen many years ago, and we did find aliens, and there was a Roswell crash, and there was little green men that was on there, and there was an autopsy and all this stuff. I have no idea. But it's one of two things, Rich. It's either aliens or it's magic. And I mean that I mean literal magic. Like Lee said on my show.
Gotcha.
I mean literal magic.
Yeah, it could be. From what? Aliens? From where?
Because
Go ahead.
No. See what?
I don't remember.
Okay. Because what I was going to say is, when you look up at the stars, and I don't care if you've got a degree in, I don't care what you got a degree in. I really don't care about degrees.
Yeah.
I don't give a monkeys. Okay. Until I've been into space, until I have orbited the Earth, and until I've seen, real images, a 4K image coming back from the moon, or I'm seeing a real live stream that I can go, you know what? It's amazing. We've got people on the moon now. We've got a base there. Until I see that and I believe it, I'm going to keep my mind open. I've decided that. I think it's been over the last 2 years. I just thought, you know what? I'm having an open mind. Because I don't trust what we're being told. And that doesn't just go with UFOs, because I think there's a lot of channels that just get excited. And originally, if you're going to do it now, you're not going to make any money off it, people. If you're going to bang out UFOs willy-nilly as a new channel. It's not going to happen. If back in the day you could do it, and I kind of wish I'd done it, you know? I could have done it well. But at the same time, I'm glad I didn't. I could have easily done that if I was young. If I'd have started a YouTube channel way back when I was a lot younger, I could have quite possibly been one of those people to pull the wool over your eyes. I interviewed Section 51. I had this conversation with him before. He said it was a bit of fun. You know what? I believed him. I believed it was a bit of fun to him. But then it exploded and he realized, holy moly, I'm making money here. I'm making a fortune.
Yeah.
People can't do that now, but it's weird. And that's when we've seen the shift. That is when we saw the shift, Rich, on YouTube, and it's all CNN stuff. You know, people were just, it's almost like the average Joe was doing the job for them. You know, they were promoting the subject and muddying the waters. It didn't. So I'm keeping an open mind because I don't know what it is. When I was looking at the stars tonight, I was outside having a beer, just looking up and thinking, I have no idea what's up there. Do I think what?
Do you think that NASA knows what's up there?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Do you think NASA knows what's up there just in the immediate solar system, or do you think they know what's beyond it or past interstellar into other solar systems?
I think they have a pretty good idea. And if you look at the first, if you look at the interview of Buzz, Michael Collins, and
Edgar Mitchell.
Not Edgar Mitchell.
I can't think of his name either.
Neil Armstrong.
Oh, right.
Yeah. If you look at the interview of them coming back to the moon, they look, they don't look happy. They don't look like they've just come back from the moon. I'm not saying they didn't go to the moon. What I'm saying is, what they may have actually found out what is up there, and it's probably very different to what our reality is of it.
The interesting thing about that interview that they did with the press conference where they looked like they were sad, the one thing nobody talks about is when they got home, they were excited. They were smiling, waving at people in their little capsule, you know, because they had to be quarantined for 3 weeks. But once they got out of the quarantine, man, and they had to go in front of talk to everybody, it looked like they got the worst news ever. It's weird.
So maybe they got told something. Maybe whatever they'd seen up there, some of it they couldn't speak about, but they wanted to speak about it because it was that exciting.
I wonder if they were going to tell us there were aliens up there, or bases, or whatever. Makes you wonder what they were being told what not to say.
One thing, when we speak about the waters being muddied when it comes to ufology, and I mentioned this to you many times, and you spoke about it yourself. We both spoke about it. The shape of the UFO has changed over time, you know, with the way car shapes go, with the way that fashion goes.
Yeah.
You look at a UFO, it's changed. You look at UFOs way back when, they look like something from that era. They look like something from the 70s, the 60s, the 40s. They've got that design, you know?
That bulbous roundness.
It's almost like, like when you see the early...
the wedding cake UFOs.
Yeah, and some of my dad's vinyl albums had these crazy pictures of like planets and stuff like that and spaceships on them. You'll remember them, some of the crazy 70s art and 60s art.
Sure.
But it looks like a lot of the UFOs that you saw back then, you know, the images of it. And if you look at it over time, it has changed with how how we've advanced as human beings, how we design things now, is just what people have pictured as UFOs. Now, whether that is because people are just making stuff up and that's all they could design, or if it's because it's an actual real aircraft being tested and that was the kind of shape of it, I don't know. I mean, you had the Billy Meyer, what's he called? The guy that does he do promote him that promotes Billy Meyer?
Michael Horn.
Yes. And one thing I'd want to ask him is why are the UFOs always stuck to a tree? I know they're not always, but
no, but he answered that on my show. He said it's because they want to show perspective and size, so they go to the tree.
So the UFO, the people that are inside the craft, are like, you know what? Hold that camera still. We need to maneuver to this tree so you can see how big we are.
Yeah, we're going to risk crashing and falling down, creating a fire for your picture. Yeah, it's exactly what they
And we
did.
need to get right into the branches as well.
Yeah, you have to get halfway covered up. Not next to it, because that's not close enough. We want to be covered in it, which really makes no sense. That's the way a person thinks.
An artistic genius, that's what that man was.
Yeah, probably.
And do you know what? And people in ufology would disagree with me here and say, spit in my face. But I have every respect for a man that can pull off a hoax like that for so many years.
You have to give that guy respect for doing that. Because we still don't know. And Michael Horn really believes.
I know.
That he's the real deal. And not only that, the only one who's ever had contact. The only one. Out of all the 20 billion people that have been born and died and still living on this planet, he's the one.
But do you know what, Rich? If I was an alien and a guy with one arm had faked aliens, he would interest me. I would be like, you know what? I'm going to make contact with that guy.
I'm not so sure. I don't know. He's a weird guy, Billy Meyer. And Gorilla Gamer is telling me in chat that he emailed me something, and I looked, brother, and I don't see anything from you for some reason.
Doesn't the email box become a minefield, though?
It is. Mine is. Yeah, I tell you, I've got Jose Sanchez, a dental assistant job, Dorothy Hawkins, some guy. No, you see, I don't see it from you, bro. Oh, well, anyway, he sent $5 too, so thanks for the $5 super chat, Gorilla Gamer.
Send it again, Gorilla Gamer.
Yeah, he says, I just emailed you a UFO video. Love your take on it. I forgot I capped it from the International Space Station. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto. Let's see what's going on real quick. Heather Farrar, no, he comes here to troll. I would just mute him, but he just cries to everyone else about it. Who's that? Is that Shawnee? Anyway, Alien Addict, every now and then, I got to check that chat room.
Of course you have. I wish I could do that. I thought you were gonna. I can't. I can't read it.
Oh yeah, I get you.
It's literally sometimes the icons will pop up, but being a dyslexic man, it's extremely difficult to kind of concentrate on the guest and concentrate on the chat. So I have every respect for you, Rich, when you can do both, because it's insanely hard. And sometimes people think, well, he only says something when he's got a super chat, but it glows up in massive colors. So it's
wow. You see, because I do have, and I don't know, are there different levels of dyslexia? Because I know I have it. I was teachers told my parents I had it because I changed numbers backwards and stuff like that.
So from an early age, so my mother's dyslexic as well. She went to boarding school. She really struggled at school. She used to get constantly bullied about it. And when I was at school, I used to get bullied about it until I literally once nearly pulled a guy's ear off for calling me stupid. It's kind of haunted me, but at the same time, I think it's a gift because I can draw and I can see things differently when it comes to creating something. But when it comes to words, I'm ruined. So I'm so glad you didn't ask me to do the roll call tonight, because that would have been hilarious.
No, I wouldn't. No roll call when guests are on. Well, he sent the video. It did come through, but I stopped taking. I didn't realize this was ISS. I didn't stop taking ISS. Just all of the ISS is stuff on the Earth. But this one's interesting already. Ollie,
let's have a mooch then.
This one's interesting because you know how the Earth is passing by, and the people think those are UFOs, but it's really lights on the Earth.
Yeah.
That's not this one.
Okay.
You want to take a look?
I'll definitely take a look.
I don't know what it is, but let me pull it up for everybody. This comes from, what's his name? The Gorilla Gamer. In 5, 6, 3, 7, 6. I gotta mute. And, hold on, I just had a brain freeze. All right, here it is. Pull it up over here. So I guess this is it. He said he caught this 3 years ago. You there? Everybody go. So usually things are going from left to right, right? Or is it the other way the UFOs go? This way, right? From right to left? I think they go from right to left. Yeah, because the ISS is passing over the Earth. But this one, look, I put my mouse on it. It's not moving. I think it's a lens flare, if anything, but I don't know. See, there was a red light under there. I think this is just from the camera. I'm not so sure. I think it's a camera anomaly because there's a red light right there where my mouse is. I just can't see it because of the clouds. See, there's something there. It's a hard one. I really don't know. See this? It's something right there. Could be a UFO. What do you think? Mute.
You see how it flashed and then kept flashing just then when it ended? It kind of like...
I thought that was pixelation.
No,
maybe
just at the end of the video it disappeared.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it did disappear.
Oh, let me see, because I'll take a look here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Wait, let's go back to that. That is interesting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hold on, I think I saw something come back when it goes out. Oh, wait, it looks like something takes off, dude. Wait a second. Hold on. It looks like something goes and then takes off over here. It comes up and takes off. Let me see this. When it goes out, There it goes. Right there. I'll play it again. Watch. There goes one. That's the other one. Oh, maybe I'm just being tricked by these clouds. Yeah, that's probably what it is. See? Yeah, it's clouds. Let's see if there's anything else that pops up. Here he goes. Showing us closer. It's perfectly square. But now it's not. So that's definitely in there, I think. Looks like it's in there. There it starts flashing. Did you see? It even has a UFO shape at one point. Well, that's definitely interesting, I gotta say. I don't know.
You see, from that distance, I don't think you can really make out the shape, because you see how and this is what I used to do with a lot of Mars imagery, is how it's all squared around the edges.
Yeah.
That's all the JPEG artifacts that are in the video. So it is interesting, but it could, when you said is it a reflection, it possibly could be something from the ISS reflecting on the camera. And the only reason why I say that is that little flick at the end.
Yeah.
The flicker, that did flick. So I think it's interesting. It's definitely worth a show. And I can't say for certain what that is, because I could say for certain what that is if I knew the ISS like the back of my hand.
Yes.
And knew what that may have been.
Well, there was also an amber colored or reddish colored light, which
I kept seeing that pop up.
So I really think it has. No, I tell you what, if they're looking down, because the ISS is always looking at the Earth, and if those are clouds and the red one was underneath the clouds, we couldn't see it, or it's in the clouds, that other one was above them. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like a legitimate something. Yeah, because if it's a reflection, why wouldn't we see the red light the whole time? It wouldn't be under the clouds.
I just think the ISS is amazing in general, that it's still up there and it hasn't been taken out.
Yeah, don't you find that interesting?
Yeah, I mean, literally, if you look how these things are made, and you look that anything could, if it's a little
grain of sand
could just shoot. I just think it's insane that thing is still, I'm going to say standing, but floating, whatever, orbiting. It's crazy.
Don't you think it's weird that
it's there? It's definitely there. People have filmed it going past the moon. I've seen a friend of mine that is a sky watcher. He set his telescope up and filmed it and put it in slow motion. He actually captured the ISS.
Yeah, you can see the panels and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild stuff. But how do we know that's not in our atmosphere just 100,000 feet up, 20 miles up? Maybe it's not 250 miles up. COVID.
We just take NASA's word for it,
Oh, okay. What I don't understand, and I guess we would have to be scientists, COVID, how we can go from the Earth's atmosphere, break through this magical gravity, and now we're in space. You've always heard about the firmament. Don't you think there's some truth to what was written in the Bible, if you know the Bible a little bit? I know growing up we hear that's this and that, but you played that rocket the other day, hitting the firmament, hitting something and stopped flying.
Well, I didn't. Lee told me to play that. Lee he's got an itch when it comes. He's got a little bit of a fetish for flat Earth. Yeah.
Good for him.
It. No, but do you know something? It's my guilty pleasure as well. I have to say, sometimes I like to binge watch a little flat Earth
So do I,
documentary. You
man.
know,
I got my
it's a
yeah.
it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
But
I got a channel I watch every now and then.
and I think they're bonkers. I think they're absolutely crazy. But at the same time, I think, you know what? They have a valid point. And that valid point is that NASA is never a straight answer,
Yeah.
because I understand it. I can understand the frustration that they have because they don't trust what they're being shown. And, but at the same time, and I think I said this on the show, why should NASA, why should they show us extra stuff? Why should they prove to us, what shape the planet is, or why should we should accept what they're giving us. We should accept every bit of footage that they give us,
Really?
and not question it at all. Yeah, of course we should.
You're
We shouldn't do that. No, but the scientists, they're engineers. They don't give two monkeys about the average Joe that's into conspiracies. Why should they? But they should. But they should. Because I tell you something, Rich. NASA likes being, if they want more funding, they want to make more money. Prove to everybody. Elon Musk should launch Mark Sargent? Mark
Yeah,
Sargent?
of course. Yeah.
Elon Musk should launch him into space.
He might.
He should. Elon, if I was Elon Musk, he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I would ring Mark up and say, "Hi, Mark, it's Elon here. There's a spare seat on the what's it called? Starship. Spare seat on Starship. I want to let you orbit the moon." Oh no, sorry, no, I'll take that back because there is a designer from Japan, but he's bought every seat. You can't go. Sorry, Mark. I'll come back to you on the next flight because that's the problem I have.
And for those who don't know, Mark Sargent is the godfather of the flat Earth theory, by the way.
Some might argue that he's not, and somebody else did it before, but he's my godfather. That's weird. That Starship is going to go to the moon, going to orbit the moon, and that guy from Japan bought every single seat.
Yeah. That is weird. He wants the whole thing for himself. If you had the money, wouldn't you?
No.
I know, me neither. But if you wanted to go up alone and you had the money, you can do it.
Why would you want to go up to the moon alone?
To enjoy it on your own. Do whatever
Okay.
you get naked. I don't know.
Why would Elon Musk allow that?
Money's money. He shouldn't have allowed
There
it.
should have been a rule.
Yeah.
That no, you can't do that because this is an event in history.
You know why.
I think I know why.
You were saying, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just talking under my breath. You said he should have allowed it. He shouldn't allow it.
Should have allowed it, yeah. But this, here's the thing, and this is the problem when it comes to flat earthers, when it comes to people that ridicule them. I understand the frustration because when stupid things like that happen, when Elon Musk lets some guy buy every single seat to an event that is going to go down in history, and then we get one guy that comes back and goes, "It was great."
Oh yeah. It could be all bullcrap.
The flat earthers will have a field day with it.
Well, everybody will.
No, yeah, everybody will. It's not. It's ridiculous. That's what it is.
So...
It should not have been allowed.
Or the reason he's doing it that way because he doesn't want to be responsible for 14 deaths in case something goes wrong. That guy may be going up there, but he may have the only escape pod. I don't know, I'm just talking, but I don't think he wants to kill those people. So you tell everybody one guy bought all the seats. Maybe he did. It's a high risk.
Okay, that's a good way of thinking about it.
I'm just thinking of every angle if I can.
But
huh?
But he said so many times there is risk to this.
I know.
There's risk. There's
people die.
He's talked about the mission to Mars and spoke about how much risk there actually is in doing that. I don't think anybody would say. Sorry, Rich, go on.
No, I was just.
No. We'll come back to that. Yeah.
No, he just said, great interview with Alien Addict, Rich. Thanks for being consistent and bringing the goods daily. That's area 503. Manny with the $5 3-cent super chat. Thank you very much, Manny. Super mucho gusto generoso.
And a great man with a great channel.
I know, right?
And I love the name. I do love the name. It's just got that. You know, because when people call into a show, it's area so.
Area code,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just, the whole sending one person, and maybe it's not one person, maybe it's him and his family. I don't know. I've not looked into it that much, but
I think
it is just him. He's bought every single ticket.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Unless he's just bought every ticket, but he's going to bring his friends. When is that supposed to happen? In 2 years? 2024? 3 years?
I think it's 2025 or 2026. That's great, but I want that live footage of that rocket orbiting the moon. You know,
I don't know what's going to happen in 3 years, 2 years, because I would say at this point nobody's going anywhere. We're not going to see it if they went tomorrow. I would say I don't trust it. Something's wrong.
What did you think to the footage that came back from Branston and Bezos?
I hated everything about it.
Yeah, so did I. I really did. I thought it was shocking.
They went up. They didn't even go in space. And thank God for Michio Kaku saying they're really not astronauts, because astronauts break the Earth's gravity. So we really have never had an astronaut. But it's interesting. But I didn't like it. You didn't see anything. You barely saw him, right? You saw what looked like him.
When you say we never really had an astronaut, you don't hold like Neil Armstrong and Buzz and Michael Collins and all the other people.
They didn't go interstellar. That's an astronaut.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but
well, I didn't say it. Michio Kaku did.
Well, put him in a spacesuit and see if he wants to go, because I guarantee he would urinate in his spacesuit.
Are you a seaman? You know, someone who's on a boat, not the other kind. If you just hang out in the Gulf and you don't go out in the ocean, are you still in the? Yeah, I mean, you could still be. Now, I'm talking. Are you a boats guy, a captain of a boat? If you don't go out in the ocean, you just hang out in the port, because that's all we're doing as astronauts.
Yeah, my dad would say you're probably not, but at the same time, if I said they are not astronauts, he would give me a long stare. You know, he would say.
Well, he grew up in that era. Yeah, my dad would do it too. Yeah, went to the moon.
You cannot. And I've done this. I've had debates with my dad and said, look, you know, I just want you to watch a few documentaries on this. And he's like, no. I saw it on the television. It happened. 100%.
Of course it did.
And I get that. I totally do.
But we did go to the moon.
Yes.
Seriously, we did. It would have been harder to fake it.
I definitely think we went.
Here's the interesting thing, to bring it back to UFOs. So here we are as a world, you know, just going along our merry way. No TV, really nothing, just radio. And then next thing you know, Roswell happens. 10 years after that, NASA becomes the new space thing. And then in 12 years after that, we're on the moon. How do we go from nothing to space in 20 years?
Everything.
It's crazy. So it makes you think about Roswell a little bit more, and any other crashes. There was a crash in 1938 that was better than Roswell.
Well, you don't think that gave us the technology to go to the moon, though?
Well, what happened was there was a crash in Germany, I believe, and it was like the Roswell for Germany. And then the Germans started building UFOs. Apparently, I'm not sure. They got the technology. Then the Foo Fighters were around at the end of World War I, II. I mean, it's crazy. And then we got all of their scientists after the war, Werner von Braun and all the other scientists.
You guys wouldn't have gone to the moon if it wasn't for that guy, though.
I know.
That guy... I mean, what the Russians were doing, the Russians were trying to make a solid state rocket, so it didn't break apart or anything like that. They were trying to do a solid thing that only the end came off.
Yeah.
And it was von Braun that realized, it needs to be stages. It needs to be staged. And he did such an amazing job with that. When people say these rockets, the reason, and this is going back to the flat Earth thing, they say they rear off, and
Right.
that's because why do they not go straight up? I'll tell you why they don't go straight up, because can you imagine the amount of power that it would have to take to go straight up? You ever try to drive your car up a really steep cliff edge or a hill? I
Right.
mean, you guys don't have stick, do you? You don't.
Yeah, we have stick.
Oh, do you do stick? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Or a bicycle or whatever. Even walking. You get that. I know it's still a decline, but
The resistance is
you're gonna
way
get the speed.
harder.
Yeah.
So you just
that's
angle
out,
it. Yeah.
That's out of the water, but. Going back to UFOs, though, what were you saying? Because we don't want to get stuck on that, because this is what happens with me and you, Rich.
No, it's okay if we go off. That's what I do in my show. People are used to it.
But we always end up talking about the moon. We need to
think
do
the
a show
moon is-
dedicated to it.
The moon is special
Yes.
because it's so special. I think there's more to the moon than meets the eye. I do think there's some sort of man in the moon, not on the moon, but I really feel like we're being watched, and that is the all-seeing eye up there in the sky. I feel it. I don't know, man. I think our so-called quote-unquote astronauts saw it too. I really do.
Either that or you're Truman. Or I am. Or I'm God. Or you're God. I don't know.
Well, I'm older, so I would be God.
Well, I'm just a figment of your imagination.
No, well, then we're talking about The Matrix Part 4.
What if
By the way,
I've seen the trailer, only little bits.
looks they're starting over. Like, I can't believe this. What do you mean? I mean, I don't know.
It looks like there's going to be a new actor, but Keanu's going to be Keanu. No, it looks like Keanu's going to be the Morpheus, and there's going to be the little protege.
Oh, see, I don't see it that way.
No.
He's going back. What it is that it's starting over just like the first movie. Except now he has all this knowledge that he starts to unleash in the real world. The Matrix is brought into the real world.
And that's why they was disappointed when they came back from the moon, because they saw the end of the grid and realized that there was nothing else.
Oh my
after
God, that would be wild.
They realized the simulation had ended.
You mean that the moon
Yes.
and everything else is just an illusion? It's just a wallpaper?
They got there, they landed, and they could see past it.
What'd they see?
Nothing. A grid.
A grid.
They saw nothingness. They saw. That's the reason why there's no stars, not because of the camera, like they say. because there's nothing there.
Oh, that's crazy. No, well, that's
I
a
like
good
totally
theory, though.
crazy.
I like that a
It's
lot.
good, isn't it? I like that.
Yeah, how come we don't see at least one star? You don't even see one. You should be able to see something.
I think it's to do with the exposure and what.
Well, it is, but
the sun.
Somebody did a test, and it really would block out all the suns, all the suns, all the stars.
have you seen the NVIDIA? It uses the NVIDIA engine where they prove that the moon landing was real, and they do it in a simulation. It's really good. You'll have to watch that.
Wait, what is it?
It's the NVIDIA. You know, like the graphics card NVIDIA.
Yeah, I got one. I think.
Yeah, so the company do a virtual version where they load everything into the software from the original moon footage and got the computer to prove the shadows, everything, the lighting, where the sun was at the time, all of it.
That sounds familiar to me. I think I saw that.
And everything.
Yeah, I think that's the one I saw.
Everything matches up legit. And they're like, this proves that this is real. Just think it's a lot of effort to prove, you know, why are we even questioning this? Why do we? But this is why do we question UFOlogy, Rich?
Because why everybody lies. Thanks, Dorothy.
Do they?
Don't they?
Or are we just untrustworthy?
Tell me somebody.
So, for example, you spoke about Anjali. Is it Anjali? Is it Anjali or Anjali?
A liar is what it's. A liar. An asshole. No, it's a lie. She's a liar. It's Anjali, whatever you want to call it.
What if she's not lying?
But no, look.
What if
that's not how you do it, man?
Okay, let me explain this to you, Rich. Like you're 5 years old. What if a grown woman goes into a coffee shop with her best friend for a coffee? Then her best friend turns around. Then they meet a couple, and the best friend, they start talking about an alien base. Her best friend goes, "You know what? I gotta go. You stay with these sane people. You'll be fine. You've just met them. Stay with them, okay? Hear me out here, Rich. This is why you need to trust it." So he leaves, and he leaves her with Wayne and Eureka. I can't remember her name. Yeah. Anyway, so she's speaking with these two people, and they say, "You know what? Why don't you get in the car with us, and we'll take you out into the desert to an alien base? I know you just met us," but then she's like, "Well, you know what? I'm going to text my daughter. I've got to text a few people. Your address? What's your address? It's Banana Tree Lane on 33 East Drive. Okay, right. There we go. So if you kill me, they know. Okay, are you ready to go? I'm ready. Let's go. To drive me to the desert. Okay, right. Here's the beam where you will reappear. This is where I reappear." And she's like, "Well, okay." But she was so back and forth with it. You know, I'm talking about the Jimmy Church show.
Yeah.
And then she's explaining going down the tunnel. Everything's nice and curved. When she gets in there, she meets the classic alien Grey, so to speak. And by the way, Anjali, I'd like to interview you, and not to call you out on the BS, because I totally believe you, as you can see in my eyes.
He does.
I do. It's Rich that doesn't.
I'm
trying to desperately make him believe you. So she goes to this alien base, Rich. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. She sees the classic 70s guy that was on the Travis Walton original story with, you know, the Nordic blonde person.
Right.
He's one of them. They're very beautiful people.
Beautiful hair, yeah.
But They don't show any signs of emotion, and she sees a big violet alien. Okay, not violent, a violet.
A violin?
Yeah, violent, violet.
She saw a violet. Okay, right.
Violet,
Which is
very tall, very beautiful. Okay?
Which is a purplish color. Violet, right?
What could you possibly not trust about that story, Rich? Because she's going to take people out to that desert. And
sure, she will.
And when she gets there, there will probably be, where the house was of Wayne, and there will probably be some sort of evidence of maybe a old construction site is gone. Okay, there will be a mountain with some scratch marks, like a bit of filling looking thing where the cave edge was. They filled it in.
That's what's going to happen.
That's probably what will happen.
There's certain scenarios that will definitely happen. One of these, hold on. One will be the cave was filled in. When they got there, don't know how it happened. Maybe Wayne did it. He didn't want anybody to know the truth. I think that guy's going to lose his mind and decide, I don't want anybody to go there. It's my land. Get out. Or the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, everybody follows her around everywhere she goes. They find this cave and don't let them in. They went in instead. And it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark in there.
Either that, or you're wrong, and I'm right to have every trust in the world for that lovely young lady.
Nothing has ever happened like this before, where somebody came out, said they can get the truth to us all, and have done it. Nobody's ever done it.
I interviewed UFO Proof 2 months before that, and he told me about a base in the same place.
I could have told you the same thing, man. It's an obvious place. Doesn't mean anything.
It's weird, though.
Yeah, life is weird.
Did she release that information earlier?
I think she had a book, or there was some document. Damn it!
We didn't hear the chicken.
I know. I squeezed it really hard. I choked him.
That's what she said.
Oh, watch this. Oh, you missed it. I don't... And I know you're just playing nice devil.
I'm not playing nice devil.
Sure you are.
I believe her.
No, you don't. You want her to be listening to the show and hopefully come on your show because you said I know the routine, and I don't want her going on your show. Because you will still be nice to her. You will not ask the hard questions.
I will.
No, you won't.
I will ask her. I will ask her, explain, give me Wayne's surname. I want to look him up.
She can't give us anything. Nothing. Where is it at? It's in the Mojave Desert or wherever she said.
Are you saying that I'm too nice to the guests on my show?
I'm saying I think if it's a woman you're interviewing, you would not ask the hard questions. I think you would cower out like most men.
Richard.
You're a nice guy, man.
I'm not that nice.
Yeah, you're nice.
I definitely listen. It's a crazy story.
Is it?
And it is a crazy story, and it needs people like yourself. Probably not like me, because I'll ask her if she wants to go to a coffee shop. But it needs somebody just to say to her, "Look, we need a little bit more than what you."
She's heard it. She's heard it all already. She knows. She blocked a lot of people on Twitter. And now she's unblocked everybody.
You see, there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Why? That's nice of her.
No, but why get your knickers in a twist?
Right, if you're telling the truth.
Yes. Because if I had an alien base in my garden, and I, it was there, and I
Yeah.
explained it, and people didn't believe you, I would say, you know what, F you, I have got one.
Right.
I'll take you there, and I would keep persevering. I wouldn't block people.
I know.
I don't block people in my live chat. My moderators do that. But I've never blocked one person on Alien Addict ever. But I don't believe in it. If somebody wants to speak their mind about you and they don't believe you, then you call them out.
Right. Hey,
You
people. Yeah.
You go on GUFON radio.
Right.
You go outside your comfort zone.
No, it's your comfort zone because you're not afraid. You have nothing to fear because you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Going outside your comfort zone is hiding. Why would you hide if you have nothing to hide? Wait, what? If you're telling the truth. Moonlick says, I had a premonition angina is going to go into the desert and walk right into the Art Bell commemorative bottom. Oh, okay. Mel's hole. Yeah, that's true. But you're right. Come on, man. This frickin' StreamYard, I'm going to throw it out the window. It is, it's a terrible story. What you do is you don't tell people what you're going to do. You do it. And then come back with the evidence. And then you hold a press conference. You don't tell people, yes, in about 6 months or so, we're going to go to a place where I saw aliens. It leaves all sorts of problems that could lie ahead.
No,
oh, she got too sick, she couldn't do it, or the cave-in, or the aliens left, or everybody changed their mind.
It doesn't if it's a fake story.
It is fake, yeah.
Because when you take them there, it's like, well, it was right here.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I swear to God, it was here. Wayne, he's gone. That's exactly right. And that's what I love about these liars and hoaxers and things like that, because it's so obvious. And they don't think we know.
So 100%, she's not legit.
She's batshit crazy.
What would you do?
I think she is.
What would you do?
We
need we need a promise here from you, Rich. Like something that you will do, like like that. I'll eat my hat if this pays off.
Oh, yeah.
If Anjali, I think is it not Angela?
It's angina.
Right. If she gives the best evidence you've ever seen in your life, she gives disclosure.
If I believe her, yeah.
We need like a forfeit. We need something that you will do.
Why? Why do I have to do something like that?
Because it's fun.
It's not fun for me.
I think you should shave your eyebrows off or something.
I would do that.
Yeah, like bick it, like a huge bald alien head.
I would do something like that. Maybe get a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, an Anjali.
Anjali did it tattoo?
Yeah. A sleeve.
That'd be interesting. No sleeve. Are you kidding me? I don't have that much money. That's going to be like $1,000 to do a sleeve.
Well, we'd do like a sponsor or something.
No. Come on, man. My skin is delicate. Just a little Anjali tattoo. That's it. I'll get a tattoo.
If the evidence is there, I'll get the sleeve as well.
I'm not getting a sleeve, but I'll get Anjali did it or something.
Oh, so you must be... So you slightly there then?
Well, because I know it won't happen.
So out with 100% that she's lying, you're like 0.1%. This could be... this lady could be telling the truth.
No, I don't even believe 0.0001%. I don't believe it at all. Everything about her...
Do you believe she believes it?
No. I think she knows it's bullshit. She may have thought she had an experience, and I believe she's one of those people. I mean, look, man, was that your phone?
No.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that. Like a beep.
Yeah, you heard that? My washing machine my dishwasher turned on. Dude, you don't understand the kitchen. It's been freaking out. The whole kitchen's crazy. I think I've got something wrong. Ow. So, did you hear that?
My dishwasher's never turned on. She's asleep, she's asleep right now.
Oh, damn it. Oh, that's good. Poor dishwasher.
I've just probably lost a few subscribers. I'm sorry.
But you gained a few more.
I was going to subscribe to him.
Yeah. No, but you gained a few more.
Did I?
Funny's funny, man. That's a joke.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, this is the problem with the world, Rich. But
yes,
I'm not
that's
going to
true.
go into that. You know, live and let live. You know.
Well,
go on.
Today is the anniversary of,
yes.
the 11/9. I mean, what a...
You said to me in a message, you messaged me, you said, you feel like you should say something, okay, something like that, but there's so many people that will be doing stuff on it, and I think people need to not be like depressed or even, we don't need to hear any thoughts on that. They're all out there. So we don't need that, It's everybody remembers it. Everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can remember where I was, what I was doing.
I wanted to ask you that. Where were you on that day? How did you find out?
I was in Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and I was working as a DJ at the time for a company called Soundmasters. I don't think they even exist anymore. So I used to make a living DJing.
Okay. Thanks, Tori.
And my bosses had taken me away for the day, just to like a work do, have a few drinks. Let's go around Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I'd have been 21 at the time, having the time of my life.
Yeah.
Nearly 30.
Wow, 21.
Yeah. And it was just surreal. And this is a 21-year-old that never watches the news, got straight home. Couldn't take my eyes off it. Could not take my eyes away from that screen.
And
that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I was in Blackpool Pleasure Beach on the big roller coasters.
But how'd you find out? Did you see it on TV?
I can remember people were talking, and somebody sent my boss a message. I don't think I had a phone that could do video or anything like that, but we were just getting like messages back on like Nokia 3210. With what's happened. And I didn't see it till I actually got home. But I saw little snippets on TVs that were around like the Pleasure Beach that actually was putting the news upon the TV. It was just, and I think the theme park emptied quite quickly as well. Like people just wanted to get home and watch the news.
But you're in the UK. How was your country handling it? Do you remember what people were doing? Because here in America, we all seemed to get along for like almost a year. It was very nice to be in America. People were
from something so bad. Yeah. You all pulled together as kind of one. It was
crazy. I miss it. Yeah. So what was it like over there? Same thing?
I think everybody was just scared.
Yeah.
Like here, from what happened to you guys.
Well, they thought that there might be more attacks all over the world.
Sorry, just one of I've just seen the number 33 in your chat. That's insane. I see that. Yeah.
Where?
I had a 3330 laugh out loud.
I don't understand. You
by Cloudy with a chance
Cloudy
of
with a
UFO.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What is that? 3330.
I don't know. It's just the number 33 with me. I see it all the time.
Oh, yeah, you do. I've been seeing the 111 again.
Have you? There's something in it, mate. There's something in the numbers.
Yeah, it just started up. Look, it's off.
What's off?
The dishwasher's off now.
Has it finished?
How can it's usually, I didn't set it up to go on. That's the whole thing. It turned on by itself.
Technology.
No, man. You don't understand. The microwave oven does the same thing. I'll be sitting there and all of a sudden I hear beep, beep, like something just got done.
Well, it's obviously followed you.
It is. It's UFOs, ghosts, aliens. I got it all over here, man. You can call me Dave Scott.
But I want to get both of you on the chat on Alien Addict together.
Who?
You and Dave.
Fuck no. I ain't talking to him. Don't want to talk to him. Done.
I think it would be nice.
No. Yeah, for you.
Yeah, because I like drama.
Yeah, I know. Hey, look, I would love to call him out on his stuff, but he won't do it because he knows I'm right. And Third Phase of Moon already asked him if he wanted to talk things over with me, and he said nope. So, good.
So you're both as stubborn as each.
Not stubborn.
No. I know your feelings. It's fine.
It's not stubborn. I can't.
It's a shame because you were good friends.
Were we?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Only from what you've told me.
I tried. But imagine me calling you up and I say, Ollie, how's your day going? And you're telling me about it. And I go, Hey, you know what I want to tell you? He didn't listen to a fucking word. Every time he would call, it's always about him and some new accomplishment. And I know as friends, we're supposed to be proud of our friends and everything, but don't fake a conversation.
Yeah.
Don't fake how am I doing shit. Just come out and say, I called you for this reason. It was always an angle. There was always something, It was just
I
bullshit.
get what you're saying because I think I've said to you a few times, even if I didn't have the show anymore, I would hope that me and you would stay friends and still message. Because I like just having a chat. What's with the
That's what it's like. I'm giving you an example.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm Tim Nice but dim.
I never heard that before.
It's a UK thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is with the show like that with spaced out radio,
sold out.
No, but I get it because that's what he wants. He wants guests on. He does. It's the same with Jimmy Church. I mean, I was speaking with Tyler before I interviewed Tyler. I spoke to him for about half an hour before and about half an hour after the show, and he likes Jimmy. At the same time, I think he knows that what he's doing is a show where he'll do so much, but as a host, can you risk pissing off future guests or risk not getting future guests on that have got these crazy stories?
I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand. People have told me this the whole time. Rich, the more you act that way and call people out, nobody's going to come on your show. Guess what? Everybody came on the show. Nobody said, I'm not coming on your show because you're a debunker. I'm like, listen to any of my shows. I'm always respectful to the guest. I give you a chance to prove yourself to me. And as soon as, you don't make sense, I'll pounce. But I won't be disrespectful, because I never am. I'm not disrespectful about Jeremy Corbell.
Well, you had we spoke about it a few moons ago, but half an hour ago, what's his name? Tree guy, alien tree guy, alien stuck on a tree guy.
Oh, Billy Meyer?
Billy Meyer.
Michael Horn.
Yes.
What about
and
him?
you was very professional with him.
Exactly.
And I could see you were dying inside.
I wasn't dying. I was just thinking. That's all. I was thinking.
Did you get any of your subscribers or people that watch the channel that was like, "What you doing, Rich? Why have you not?" Yeah, you will get that, and I've had that, and it's. I wish they understood why you don't, because you can't. If you did that to a guest, I had a guy that, I mean, you might remember the guy that showed me pictures that he drew of aliens that he'd had sexual intercourse.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that guy was great. Yeah.
I had to end the show because I was in tears near the end of it, and it was getting really graphic. But you know what? I want to get him on again because I want that graphicness.
It's different, is why.
Yeah,
but you're now doing something that I'm against. You're putting a guy up who's got no evidence, who's lying, probably about his experiences. He thinks they're real, but he doesn't have any proof. Why even give this guy the time of day?
I didn't know he was going to. Well, actually, no. I tell a lie. He sent me the images prior, and I just thought I need to do this show.
I understand there's some people that are so out there, you gotta have him on. And I think he falls into that category. He's just so odd.
Like the guy with, I'd like to interview the panda guy that threatened to chop you up into little bits pieces.
Kenneth Pass, don't. The thing, I won't have, now I forgot what the thing about the guy who drew the pictures
of wants to chop you up.
The guy who drew the pictures, we'll come back to that. He wasn't making any money though, right? He wasn't writing a book or have speaking engagements, right? Nothing like that. So it's okay to have that guy on, I guess. He's not promoting it to make money.
Ronnie Dawson, no, he's wrote a book.
Oh, that's Ronnie Dawson you're talking about.
Now he's wrote a book. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I thought it was another guy.
No, I've interviewed him twice. The first time was...
Oh, that's him. Okay, right.
The first time he was talking about his friend that has an original Bet's Sphere lookalike, okay?
That's different. That's a little different.
That was quite an intriguing interview.
There's evidence there, though.
Yeah. No,
so that's okay.
The second interview, he shows me his pitch. I've got hiccups. He showed me these pictures of these alien females that he'd
fornicated.
Yeah, and reproduced with.
Yeah.
And apparently he had to adapt his manhood to what he described as a noodle.
A wet noodle?
It was something like that, yes. But he's wrote a book about this and he's done conferences. I would love to see the faces of the people that are listening to the stand, and I'm going to say stand up, of him talking. I think I need to get him on our panel, Rich.
I don't know. I'd be
He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy, but
I know.
I think he probably believes it.
I don't know, man. That guy's out there. But you were talking about the guy who wants to cut me up into little pieces, Kenneth Passhole.
Yeah, I saw clips of that.
Yeah, that guy's really mentally unstable. That's not even a joke. It's sad.
Yeah, well, I hope he's okay, and
I hope he's not.
And don't chop Rich up. Yeah, but see, mental problems is mental problems. Some people just you don't know what's gone on in their life. You don't know what's made them like that in the first place. You know,
well,
maybe once upon a time they were a great person, but something just happened and just
maybe.
And I have you ever snapped?
Have I ever snapped?
Yeah, have you ever just...
No.
Oh, I have.
I don't know what you mean. Like, there's different ways of snapping. I've lost my cool.
I'm not.
But I was cognizant of what's going on around me at all times.
Okay, have you ever been depressed?
No.
No. Okay. So I've been depressed, and I think when you get to that stage, if you got crazy thoughts going, the two together, depression and crazy thoughts, it's just a bad combination. It's not a nice cocktail. And I think, fortunately, I've always tried to keep my saneness, but at the same time being depressed. If that makes sense. And I think I even messaged you when I was depressed.
You did.
A few times and said, I need to get through this, and I wasn't doing shows as much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of, going back to the field of ufology, I think there's a lot of crazy people in this field. Are they doing this though because maybe they're seeking friendship, maybe they're seeking something different, maybe they need something in their lives and they need that bit of drama?
Absolutely. Somebody's listening to them. They're getting attention that they never got when they were younger. Whatever. Some people think that I talk and do my show because my parents never listened to me when I was growing up, and that's true. Maybe that's why I feel like I have to talk all the time, every day.
That's very similar to me, mate. I never got listened to.
But I didn't get mental over it. I never got depressed over it. I've gotten sad, in breakups or dead dog or something, but depressed? Now, I've been frustrated. I've even talked about wanting to die, but not because I want to kill myself, because I want to know what it's like to die. That could be dangerous. If I wasn't such a good critical thinker, I could turn that into, I'm going to try to kill myself tonight on my show, but I have a breathing machine that will pump oxygen back into me once I pass out. It's a little bit crazy.
I think that's very... So what you've just said about wanting to die because you want to know what's after death?
Yeah, for research purposes.
That is probably something to do with what is going on in the field. Do you get what I mean by that?
I do. I think it's related somehow because what do you call it? The experiences are similar, almost identical.
Would you go as far as to say that you have questioned this subject so much now that you do not know if this is aliens?
Of course. I've always felt that way. I always felt that it could be something totally different.
I know it's your show, mate, but I
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what's he doing to me? No, I'm
so
kidding. It's a habit. I do it too.
That's what I was saying earlier when you were asking me about like the moon, NASA. I do think they know things, but I do think they maybe might know. I think some of the top people might have an inkling of what is out there when it comes to maybe after death. But I think that's what would send us all crazy. Not disclosure. That's what would send everybody crazy. Can you imagine you've got a really crappy life, but there is something different out there because Einstein was right and there's a recycle system. And we recycle ourselves, but it's not just a recycle as in the carbon goes back into the earth or whatever. This is a recycle system as in what is in us goes somewhere else.
What is our
I'm not talking
energy?
about God. Yes. Maybe they found that.
But energy disperses. And I don't understand how a being like us, if we died, our energy would stay in a little ball and then it goes somewhere. I mean, is that what happens? Is that what people are seeing? Those spirit balls?
So when you
Souls?
die, this is what I can't imagine. Because can you imagine nothingness? Not
Can
even
I imagine nothingness? Yes, I have thought about it.
Not even seeing just
anything.
black.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Just
It scared
nothingness.
me. It scared me to think
Nothing.
about it.
But why would you be scared of it? You wouldn't know.
Because it's like being blind. Like
no, it's not, because it's not like being blind. There's nothingness. You're not even a thought. You are nothingness.
Oh, I see.
You're not even a thought process.
So here's a question I always ask people. What were you thinking before you were born? You can't tell me. You can't tell me what happens after you die either. Or can you? Well, if we're recycled, then that means we're resurrected or what do they call it? Reincarnated?
Reincarnated, yeah.
So what are we then? Being jacked back in, our energies being put back into the avatar or baby embryo inside a womb, and we gestate and come out 9-10 months later, and now we're living as a human, but we're really aliens? Because that's my idea of what's going on. That almost sounds like what you're saying.
I think that there is a recycle process, and I don't think that when we die we will be nothingness. I really don't think that's, because there's something very different about us as a species, the way we think, the things we do, the weird things that happen when it's just you, the things you see, the signs you see.
What do you mean when it's just you?
I'm talking about numbers. I'm talking about the coincidences, little signs that you see. You know them, Rich, because we spoke about them.
Yeah, but I'm still in denial about it, because the odds are I'm going to see the clock. Well, yeah, that's true. It is weird. There are weird things that happen. I can't just say that it's the odds that eventually we're going to see 111. But when you see it for 5 days straight and you're not even thinking about it, it's weird.
There's the thing. That is the thing with UFOlogy. We've got a faith in it, like we have a faith in God. These people that are like on Twitter, the Facebookers, the Instagrammers, they have a faith in it for something that they've not really seen. They've only seen they've it's like, I'll tell you exactly what it's like. It's like me looking up at a cathedral and seeing the really pretty pictures of God and Jesus and all the angels and things like that. Only they've seen video form of that, but dots. But they have a faith in it. Like you were speaking on that show when you said, can UFOlogy be a religion?
Yeah.
They have a faith in it.
I know.
And I think UFO Jesus should have kept his name UFO Jesus.
I know.
Because he did a lot better.
Was he?
No, he's called Disclosure something.
He's post-disclosure world.
He was called UFO Jesus briefly.
He's post-disclosure world is what he is.
Yes.
Silly.
But
that's what he wants.
Faith in this subject, like it's almost God. And I just think people need to come out of church for one day and look at the other side, because they need to go to hell and back before they actually believe, because that's where you've been, Rich. That's where you've been. You've done the field. You've worshipped it, and you've realized that you're an atheist. And I'm not talking about in God, I'm talking about in ufology terms. You've realized that
I believe in something.
Yes, but you realize that the subject is so corrupt that you can't trust them.
Yeah,
just like
right.
people say, just like people when they talk about the Vatican and what have you,
Yeah.
That's ufology.
Let me ask you, who do you trust in this field?
Nobody.
If you had to choose somebody, who do you choose?
Are we talking?
I'm talking if somebody is talking to you and brings forth evidence of something, Dolan, Pope, I don't even know, Tucker Carlson, Luis Elizondo, Jeremy Corbell, John Greenwald, Melinda Leslie, Linda Moulton Howdy Doody, Grant Cameron. Who would you trust? Mick West.
Mick West.
He's not a ufologist, though.
No, but if he turned around and said that, there's aliens, I'd think either he's been given a load of money.
So you actually would believe him over anybody else, excluding me, of course. But he does a good thing. He actually shows the evidence. He shows the debunking. He actually does little tests.
I said that earlier in this show. If he actually put out a piece of footage that, say, Corbell put out and said, I can't debunk this. This is a UFO. This is an unidentified flying object. I had no idea what it is. That would be probably one of his biggest videos.
I know.
Because people would be like, this debunker cannot debunk this UFO. So yeah, I'd probably trust the debunker that actually turns around, because people say he's doing this because he's working for them,
Yeah.
It's so much nonsense.
Yeah, I've been blamed for that too. CIA guy and all that. I'm a plant.
I wish I did.
I know. I'd be living large. Believe me, I wouldn't be. But before we get going, I want to ask you, what do you think about the Galileo project, where they're gonna, how they're gonna put the laser scopes, telescope?
What's his name?
Avi Loeb.
Yes, I've only looked a little bit into this, but I mean, how much funding is that going to take for one?
I know.
So.
And maintenance.
Yes. So when we go to funding and you look at, let's put it into like UFO documentaries, like big people, they want funding to make a documentary, or a certain company says they're going to make a spaceship and they're going to do whatever in entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And they get funding. So they want funding as well. That funding could boil over, and they may develop the technology and try their best to do it, but they're going to make a lot of money.
They already have it. And they're talking about building these telescopes, pointing them at other solar systems that have planets in the habitable zone like Earth, and looking for UFOs flying around the area.
But how are they actually going to see? This is what I can't comprehend in my little peapod brain. How are they actually going to be able to see a UFO? Say a UFO is the size of a. Are we talking big, massive structures?
I would assume it would have to be enormous, because they're supposed to. It's a laser telescope, so it's going to read it and tell us about the metals and everything. I guess I don't know.
So if the laser's pointing and something quickly moves in.
Then they'll track it, and then they'll
say to the lasers.
It's an impossibility, man.
Lasers pointing at it, the UFO goes across, but it goes too fast to be a planet or anything like that. Then that's how they'll know that how do they know it's not an asteroid? How do they know it's?
I know. Well, they'll know because there'll be certain replies, certain.
Or they'll know if it's smooth.
I guess if it is, if that's how. I mean, look at Oumuamua. That thing wasn't smooth, and he's talking about it like it was a spaceship in disguise. Stupid. But I guess if you were to build a spaceship and travel interstellarly and protect yourself from the elements and the radiation, you would maybe wallpaper your ship with rocks from your planet. I don't know. Doesn't make sense, but it does.
See, when it comes to the technology and the science of looking at planets that are finding planets that are in the Goldilocks zone, finding stars that have got things orbiting them or whatever, I can't comprehend it being them finding intelligent life just from numbers, because that's all it's going to be, really, isn't it? It's going to be, it points there and it's going to deliver these numbers on a graph, and they're going to say, well, yeah, we found an alien base, because if you look at those numbers there, that thing is orbiting, and it's made a movement, or it's changed orbit or whatever. That's how they're going to find it.
Yeah, or it's out of orbit or whatever. It's more.
And what if they fudge the numbers?
That's what I said. And then here's what somebody said. I don't want to say who, but somebody said, why would a professor at Harvard do that? I'm like, dude, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Just because he's at Harvard, he wouldn't have a human instinct to lie?
But
oh my God, I can't stand that. Sorry, I had to yell.
But to quote George Michaels, God bless his soul.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
You've got to have faith.
Bullshit. You gotta have faith, but
in science,
people. But the thing is,
he's a scientist.
With everybody, though, if they don't find anything, there goes the funding. There goes your project. It closes down, just like SETI had to.
I was just about to say that. I mean, it was very exciting, and now it's just, what is it?
No, it's fine. It's still SETI, but now it's got private funding. It used to be SETI and NASA, but they cut the funding off, so they had to go public with private funding, I guess. So SETI's still around, but those radio waves haven't barely got outside interstellar space yet. Anyway, it's a ridiculous. I mean, we got to try something, but that's a lot of money that they're going to be putting into this thing.
The thing is, what's above our heads, for what we know, goes on forever.
Yeah.
It goes on forever. So, if it goes on forever, yes, there will be intelligent life somewhere. Will that intelligent life make it past this critical stage that we're at now?
Yeah. They would had to have had the same exact path we went down, which that would be almost impossible on its own, even if it was a neighbor. You know, if they were on a different planet with different elements, it would have to be identical, pretty much. Wouldn't you think? Unless,
no matter what planet you're on, at the end of the day, nature is nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way it works is, if there's more than one species, unless they're just feed off sunlight, you know, there will always be a dominant species, and that dominant species will develop a huge ego, like every single one of us has on Earth.
Yeah.
And anybody that says they haven't got an ego, everybody's got a little bit of that in them. Everybody. But the people that are high up have the biggest ones. The people that do the greatest in this world are the people who have the biggest ones, and they become the most dangerous ones. So the people, or the aliens, whatever, that have gone up high, how do they get themselves to start to think? How will we how can we get out of this that we're in now? How can we become one? You know,
How can we become one? We as in
as in humans, yeah. How can we get over ourselves?
That's the problem. There's too much greed in the world, too much fear. People don't want to risk everything if there's consequences.
If we were all civil, if we were all civil and all singing off the same page, after that first moon mission, we'd be out in the stars by now.
Oh my God, yeah.
We would.
Because we had to wait until the shuttle program almost 20 years later.
If there was no war, no famine, if everybody looked after each other, and everybody in the world was interested in the science, they were interested in exploring. We'd be there. I'm not saying that we'd be like going at the speed of light, over the speed of light, or creating wormholes, or whatever. I'm just saying we'd be on Mars. We would be out there.
Yeah, but there's always
we'd have done it.
People are jealous. People don't want us to be the first, or we don't want them to be the first. There's something about being first. It's that stupid ego. That's why we had the space war. Dumb.
But why would that change on a different civilization? Just because we think that they might think differently to us, they've still evolved from something. They've still conquered something to survive. Because there'll be no such thing as a planet that has one species on it. That one species has eaten the vegetables from that planet to grow and evolve into. I mean, if there is, then that would be a godlike planet. That would be Adam and Eve situation. They never ate the apple.
Well, there's so much now that we've started talking about, but we are completely out of time.
Don't worry about it, mate. I've enjoyed it very much.
It was all right. No, it was great. I always wanted to say that. No, it was great. We talked about a lot of things, and I don't know, man. I always try talking to you, and what I'm saying is when I talk to you, I want to try to bring up stuff we never talked about. So that's what I think we both tried to do tonight. I think we accomplished it. I
enjoyed it, mate. Yeah, we don't want to sound like broken records, because
because we are.
Yeah.
No, we are. I mean,
100%.
I understand. So what do you got going on, man? Anything coming up, or you got any projects you're working on that we should know about? What you thinking?
I want to get more experiences on the show. People that have stories, whether they're true or not, is for the people in the audience to make their mind up. I do want to get these stories on. I've turned down quite a few recently because they sound just stupid, and I think it's the risk that I may have a crazy person come on the channel. And the problem with that is, if you laugh at somebody or you don't believe them or whatever, after seeing what happened with you with the cloud guy, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm thinking there's a big risk factor there that you could get somebody who's nuts,
Well, I understand. Well, he called in. I didn't ask him to come on. He called in that night. So I never wanted him on, but I took him just because, see what would happen. But that's the one thing, when you don't know what you're getting, it's a risk. And you want to make sure, Ollie, if you're going to have these people on, which is why I slowed down, because I said I was going to start having everybody on, but I noticed something. Not everybody has a microphone. Not everybody gets centered up in the shot. I mean, it kind of looks like it was doing some sort of underground stuff, which is kind of cool. But if the audio and the video keeps breaking up, it sucks. It just ruins the whole experience. So, yeah, you got to make sure you get that. That's the risk you're running. So you don't have any, you're not working on any edits or any debunks right now?
Nothing. No. I haven't had time to go. I do want to go back to doing editing because I enjoy the editing side of it. I enjoy doing the funny little quirky videos. I did make a TikTok account. I've not done anything on there yet. I think I did it because you had a TikTok account and Lee had a TikTok account. So I think I'm like subscribed to about 5 people on there. And I thought maybe I'll do some funny stuff on there.
Do it.
I'm
telling you, you can do a 15-second video and it could go viral.
Right.
Just try out 50. Just talk on. I'm on my way to work. Look at what I have to put up with today, and people would find that shit interesting. I don't know. It's TikTok. People will watch it because it's there. They're just scrolling through. I love it.
Mean, we were speaking prior to the video about Tyler, so I might get Security and 10 back on at some point. I'd like to get him on with Third Phase of Moon. And
That'd
maybe
be really cool.
Like just for a first, just to see what actually happens.
Yeah, I don't know. That would have to happen on my show before yours.
Yeah, I'd like to see them start a fight with each other.
No, come on.
No, you know what? I'd like to speak to some of the bigger people in the industry. I'd like to speak to Greer at some point.
He might talk to you. I put an I reached out. I'm supposed to contact them back any day now. They told me to reach back in September.
You've already spoke to him, though. You interviewed him.
I interviewed him, yeah.
Don't be greedy.
Not on this show, I didn't.
No, I'd like to see that.
I think we would have a good conversation. Greer's interesting, man. I was watching Third Phase's cuts for the new documentary that they're making. It's actually done now. It's just got to go through all the processing. What Greer said was unbelievable. He's got some new stuff that he's talking about, never spoke about. It is unbelievable. Plus the other people that are in the documentary, phenomenal stuff. This documentary, I'm not just saying it because it's Third Phase.
No, they make
this is unbelievable.
Great documentaries, yeah.
This one, Ollie, because they actually went to his ranch and interviewed him. You see him pushing hay around, riding horses, driving in the car.
Oh, Greer.
Greer, yeah.
I didn't put him down as a ranch guy. I thought he'd have
he's got a 60-acre ranch.
Really? So he's
beautiful.
He's quite hands-on with his big hands.
He really is. He's a big hands man. But
wow.
You get to see Greer in a light, even though some people don't like him. He doesn't talk about CE5, none of that. It's strictly about the environment of ufology, the government, and everything else that he's getting frustrated with. So I don't know, man. Greer's a unique character. We all know that, but...
The Lion.
Huh?
That's what some people call him, the Lion.
The Lion, yeah. I thought you said he's a lion.
No, the Lion.
Yeah. He's an interesting fellow. But it would be good if you interviewed him. I think that would be fun.
I would enjoy that very much,
yeah.
Stephen.
I'd like to see you interview him, just to see how you act.
I just want to see his reaction to my Homer Simpson Greer.
Oh my God. You would not throw that up there, would you?
I don't know.
He would get so pissed. He would. He might hang up. No. He might hang up. You can tell I've been in Florida too long now. I'm starting to talk like it. All right. Well, Ollie, Alien Addict, any last words for the people out there, the fans watching abroad?
If you're not subscribed to Alien Addict, it's called Alien Addict. Search for it on YouTube. You'll see some. The thumbnails look better than the show.
No, don't say that. You got the best thumbnails in the business, though.
Thumbs you, Rich.
Yeah, those are good thumbnails. I thought Third Phase they have some good thumbnails.
They got some
too.
Good thumbs as well, yeah.
But you actually,
your thumbs are beautiful.
My thumbs are nothing compared to yours. Mine are just pictures mishmashed together.
Mate, your thumbs are good now. They're
getting there. They're getting there.
The good thumbs. Good thumbs.
Well,
But yeah, it's third phases films. I've always liked them because they're eye catchy. You know, they've got the flying saucers and stuff like that. I like it. I appreciate a good thumbnail.
I know you do. I do too because of you and Third Phase. Yeah, it's really funny.
But yeah, I would like to get the boys on as well.
You haven't had them on your show? I thought they were on.
I have. No, they've been on, but I'd like to get them just on. I want to like kind of talk about the beginning to where it is now of third phase. You know, from when they started to where they are now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Go through the journey from being children to, like just the life story.
It's an interesting story.
I like stuff like that.
I don't know what you know, but what I learned about them is it wasn't easy growing up for them.
I can imagine.
Yeah, they went through. They were the minority and treated as the minority, and had to fight a lot in school. And it's just amazing the road they took, and I think that's a testament to their character. A lot of people think that they're, these hoaxers and whatnot. Look, they made mistakes early on, and what is it? They repent. They repented. Is that what happens when you get rid of your sins? Well, they changed 5 years ago, and they wanted to prove to the world that we know it's not about us. It's about the greater good. It's about ufology, and we will never, ever purposely put up a CGI or anything that looks like a hoax again. And in my opinion, I don't think they have.
The channel's took a complete U-turn. It really has. But this is what I said to you early. If I'd have started YouTube way back when it first started out, not knowing much about the subject, and I still don't know much about the subject, but if it's a bit of fun and you maybe don't have that passion that you have for the subject, like you develop for the subject, you might not give. You might, it's just YouTube. Just bang a video up. Well, it's all about the views. It's all about growing as a channel, and that's probably what it was about back then. But then it changes when you realize that you've actually got a voice and you can actually make great documentaries, and you start to get a passion for the subject. So maybe they didn't have they started out as digging up bottles.
Yeah.
I love them videos, by the way, because I used to do that as a kid in my grandma's bed, dig up the bottles. But, things change, people change. And so people that say, a leopard never changes its spots, a leopard gets older and it goes grey. And sometimes the spots start to get covered up.
They do fade. But it'll be interesting if you had them on anyway. Yeah, that would be a good show. Well, I do want to thank you. I'm going to put you in the green room.
No worries, mate.
And then I'll just talk to you for a few minutes because I got to get something to eat. I'm fading quick. But
I need to wee as well.
All right, well, go ahead. And I'll say goodbye to everybody.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you for coming on. Alien Addict, everybody. Oh, my gosh. That was so fast for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Man alive. What a good guy. It's not that easy to find people in this field that you could say that about. And Ollie's one of them. He's a good guy. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Third Phase. I saw your message there. Yep, there they are. What's up, boys? Fellas? Men? Guys? Dudes? So, yeah, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Today was a good day. There was a couple of things. We got the TikTok. We got a GUFON thing put up and patrons. So here we are with Alien Addict saying goodnight. I don't think I'll be doing a show tomorrow, but keep your eyes open. You never know with me. I probably will do something. But hold on a second. I forgot. It's not the normal me tonight, so I want to get this set up to say goodbye to everybody like I normally do. Alien Addict still waiting for me. Good. All right, and there it is. See? Damn it. Yeah, that's not good, Rich. There it is. Hold on. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Thank you for hanging out tonight, helping the show survive. I do this because I can, and that's because you make it happen. Thank you very much for your time and support. And newcomers and veterans, thank you for subscribing to the show. I noticed there was a lot more subscribers this week. Thank you very much. Don't forget to double check. Make sure you have the bell hit for getting all notifications. Only 29% of you have the notification bell clicked on all notifications. You got to fix that. But thank you for giving the show a couple of minutes of your time today. It's the weekend. Go enjoy yourself. I'm Rich Giordano. We'll be back. So next time, I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't know. But it would be in the afternoon if we did it. It's a UK weekend, as always. And you know that GUFON is Truthology for UFOlogy. Good night, everybody.